AFC Finners back in Wiltshire for a ground we've wanted to do for a while, Trowbridge. We've had this club has contacted us before, asked us to come. We finally fulfilled that. Had a bit of a nightmare getting here. For whatever reason, I accidentally put in Highworth on the sat-nav. Ended the journey thinking, oh, it's strange how close Highworth is to Trowbridge. Then realised we'd gone the wrong way, had to drive for an hour, but thankfully we're here about just over half an hour before kick-off. And please welcome back Billini in her non-league dogs bandana. She was so excited when she realised she was going to a football match today, weren't you, Bill? You know, this is your fourth game, isn't it? Ticking off another ground in Wiltshire, and you went back to Highworth, which you really enjoyed last time. There we go, little meal deal for about $3.80. A nice coffee. Hello, Tom. Enjoying a cheese and onion roll. She wants in on it. But I'm not giving you coffee, you've got enough energy as it is. Going selection of pin badges available, got that for £2. And Coke for £1 as well. And they've made sure to provide the bottle of water for Billy, taking good care of her. So there's the dressing rooms, the bar behind it. Here is where today's game will be played. Alright. Having fun, Bill? Oh. She's more keen than I am. Billy, kick us approaching. Sit. Get some treats. There we go. Nom nom nom. Another. Back. Stand back. There we go. Good girl. Go on then. Okay, so Billy's got a treat. Kick-off is approaching. The sun is out. It's time to learn a bit about today's hosts, Trowbridge.
Trowbridge were initially founded in 1880, becoming one of the founding members of the Bristol and District League 12 years later, finishing as runners-up in the maiden season. After 3 campaigns, they moved to the Western League system, of which they would be a part for the lion's share of the period, up to 1958, when they won promotion to the Southern League. In this period, they won the Western League Premier Division in 1940, 1947, 1948 and 1956. They went on to win promotion to the Alliance, now known as the National League, where they remained for 3 seasons until relegation saw them return to Southern League. They remained here until 1998, when they were forced to fold. Fortunately, they reformed the next year and joined the Wiltshire County League system, winning the County Intermediate League in their first campaign back. Upon returning, they also moved to their current home of Woodmarsh. In 2004, they won a double of the Wiltshire League Championship and Wiltshire Senior Cup, which saw them promoted to Hellenic League, and remained there until 2012, when they had to apply for voluntary relegation as their facilities were no longer considered to meet the standard required. They won the Wiltshire Senior League in 2015 and 2023, and are in the process of making changes to their ground that will allow them to be eligible for promotion to Step 6 of the pyramid, starting off with funding that has been granted for them to build floodlights. Overall, they have won 4 Western League Premier Division titles, 3 Western League Division 2 titles, 3 Wiltshire Senior League titles, 1 Wiltshire Intermediate League title, 8 Wiltshire Senior Cups, 1 Western Football League Cup, 6 Wiltshire Professional Shields, and 1 Western Counties Floodlit League Cup. And a bit of trivia, former England cricketer James Vince had a playing spell at Trowbridge when he was 16 years old. So those are our hosts, Trowbridge Town. Let's have a look inside their home, Woodmarsh.
Here we go, Bill. Picture of a football. Billy! I know you're happy, but there's no need to bark. Only a few minutes in, Tom's great predictions strike again. The player took a free kick for Trowbridge. The header's bounced off the post, someone's pounced on the rebound. Not a 0-0, home side in front. So half time, and Trowbridge retain their 1-0 lead going into the break. Kingsland have plenty of chances, just gone wide. Bit of drama that saw one of Trowbridge's managers get sent off for dissent, but yeah, I feel there's plenty to come from this game. Could go either way, but I think the next team that scores will win the game. Seems to be the way. Half time 1-0. Enjoying? Billy, what do you think? Do you want to run around the field? You ready? Go, go, go! Look at her go! She's like prime Emanike. Good girl. She was always destined for the pitch. Who's a good girl? Billy, what's this? Billy, smile for the camera. Stranger toilets I've seen, with storage for umbrellas and corner flags, each to their own. Billy, let's do this. From the makers of Half One. Brilliant piece of counter-attacking play from Trowbridge. It's been played through, cut back, and the midfielder number 8 has hit in a wonderful shot to seal the 2-0 goal, to seal 2-goal advantage, and very well likely 3 points. Not a goalless draw. Billy, you got a good track record of goals, haven't you? It's 2-0, Bill. 2-0. Good go.
Billy, what did you think about tackles?
Rough. Game on, not too long left, probably about 5 minutes or so to go. Trowbridge are furious, they conceded. Ball's tucked into bottom corner. A chance for the away side to get something out of it. You alright? You're getting a nice tan. Full time, Trowbridge do hold out. The late drama has not phased them. And it's a very positive win, not the best game, but it did the job needed to, and we've had a fun time. Billy, what do you think of the game? I haven't got any more treats. Use them all up because you're greedy. Billy, say goodbye to our lovely audience. Good go. So, thank you, Trowbridge, for a really nice day. It was definitely worth the wait and good to finally tick off that ground. You definitely welcomed us with open arms and a very good experience overall. Thank you to Maldo. It's good to have Billini with us again. Billy! Good girl. She loves this. She loves these games. I'll have to get some more. But yeah, been good fun. Nice to tick off this ground. Definitely recommend it in the Cotswold County of Wiltshire. I'm going to head home now. I'll leave you now as I rate the experience.
So we will start off with the welcome, and I think there's been few non-league grounds I've gone to that have had such a warm, homely feel. The really strong family bonds was very much a show there. You know, you had a mother and daughter working at the bar. The person serving food was so fascinated by Billy and made sure to look after her. There are loads of people there with their kids. There was one point where Trowbridge sub came off and he went into the crowd and was playing with a dog that was there. So it's just, community is a commonly used word, but you could tell everyone knew each other. Everyone was so friendly. Can't describe how friendly and welcoming they were, and it was definitely one of the warmest welcomes I've ever had at non-league. They're a club that, like I said, have wanted us to come along for ages, and they've definitely backed it up with a good welcome. You just get a really nice vibe when you're there. Everyone's so gentle and kind and wants to look after you. Provided with generally really friendly people who are funny, kind, chatty, and you can't really ask for much more than that. So I thoroughly recommend it for the welcome. I think it's definitely up there with some of the best welcomes we've had in non-league, so I'll probably give the welcome a 9.5 out of 10. Food and drink, it was quite basic what they had, but did the job it needed to. There was no hot food, but from what I can see, it seems like maybe they don't have the budget for that. But what they did have absolutely did the job, because you get a sandwich but also a pack of crisps and a chocolate bar, which I think was fine enough to be a lunch. Got a nice coffee as well. So whilst they don't have as many options as other clubs, they know how to balance things out. They know how to do enough for you to at least have a meal so you don't have to run to a nearby shop or something. So the food is the absolute bare minimum, but it's not an insulting bare minimum. It does the job it needs to. I think as they improve, they could probably do with getting a few more options once the ground does make improvements. I just think, you want the club to be able to do like burgers and chips or something, which I appreciate they might not have the facilities for at the moment, but hopefully can in the future. Also, you had like the bar as well, so at least you got options. You have tea or coffee, or if you wanted an alcoholic beverage, you'd be able to get that. Hopefully at some point they can get more stuff on tap, because I think a lot of people I saw were drinking stuff from cans. Like I said, the food and drink is the bare minimum, but it's not a bad bare minimum. It does at least do. Very few options, but the options they had were fine, so I'll probably give the food and drink a 4 out of 10. Stadium, it's a little bit like Inkbarrow. I know I've used the word bare minimum a lot in the last sentence, but it is very much the bare minimum you can have for a stadium. I think as a ground, it probably felt a little bit more of one than Inkbarrow did. I can't really explain why. Maybe it's just the stands were a little bit better. You obviously got nowhere to sit. Like, they just had all those abandoned seats everywhere. There's 2 stands, at least they're at different locations. You can go behind the goal, but there was nowhere, literally nowhere to sit, which is a bit of a problem. You can go sheltered, but no matter where you are, you're standing, which isn't very good. Obviously, I do completely appreciate the club has got the funding to improve their ground, and I have no doubt they've assessed these options and will be looking at improving things. Floodlights, of course, being one of the main priorities, so they can have midweek games to get more people in. I can tell this club's on a limited budget, but there is a lot of work that needs to be done. I think maybe they just need a bit more around the ground, maybe another little stand. But, you know, in terms of like the clubhouse and bar and stuff, they were nice, but it was just 3 porter cabins. A port cabin for the bar, 1 for the cafe, and 1 for the changing rooms and toilets. And the fact that they had corner flags and umbrellas in the corner of the toilets kind of said a lot about the facilities. There needs to be a lot more there. There just needs to be like a proper clubhouse established, and just a lot more there so that they can go up the levels. And I'm sure they're working on that. I'm sure that will be stuff that comes in time, but I just think there's a lot of work to be done to stadium. Thankfully, it is still a really nice experience, but it is pretty much a field with stands. Hopefully the funding they get can make them have more of a proper stadium, and the floodlights can help bring in more fans that can help make them the money to make the improvements necessary. So unfortunately, it's not the best quality ground, but it does make up for things in a lot of other areas. Hopefully it'll come back in the future and there is a much better ground on show. But unfortunately, for what I see, I will have to give the ground a 1.5 out of 10. And finally, value for money. I felt they were really good about this. They knew in terms of the ground, it's not the highest quality, but they're not trying to rip you off. £4, I think, is an absolutely fantastic price for a ticket. Not a rip off at all. And unless I'm mistaken, I think I spent less than a tenner on a whole experience. The food was really cheap. The pin badge was only £2. The programme was only £1. So there's not a single area where I felt anything was extortionate. It's not a huge match day experience, but they understand that. And it's kind of like, if it was expensive, I'd feel it was a bit of a rip-off for what I got in return. But I think they're very much to the point. They understand it. They're not trying to cheat anyone out of their money. And I really respect that. I can't really think of anything to fault them for on value for money, so I'll probably give that a 10 out of 10. So thank you, Trowbridge, for a really nice day. Great to finally tick you off, and thank you all for such a lovely welcome. Really nice people. Wish you all the best for the rest of the season, and hope everything goes well with the improvements to your ground. I'm sure that will help you attract many more ground hoppers and help you make the improvements needed to your stadium. Thank you all for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, you can check out my Patreon in the link below and help support days out like this for as little as £1 a month. Couple of weeks off ground hopping now, but I will be back in October. Thank you all for watching. I've been AFC Finners. See you next time, and stick with us as we go ground to ground. AFC Finners out.